Alright, guys. Back with some more reading. Proverbs chapter 22. Enjoyed some, the first Advent day for my church family. I think, what was it? I always have such a terrible memory. Talked about hope, our pastor interviewed someone that was on the preach team, and I think I'm going to be next week, and I get a chance to talk about peace, and there's so many passages that I'm looking at. I mean, not only the wisdom from Proverbs, but there's so many other just tidbits about just absolutely anything. All the answers that you want in life are in this book. And I was having a conversation with my older sister on text just a little bit ago, talking about the importance of finding the right translation for you. Not only do I already struggle with understanding specific passages, I don't need to make it any more difficult by struggling with translation already, so not understanding or making a connection with just how it's worded, let alone the message that it's sending. So that's that's why I picked New Living Translation. Yeah, New Living Translation. It's a study Bible, and then it has like a whole bunch of highlights at the bottom of the pages. And so like one page might only be not even a whole chapter of a book of the Bible, but there's so many things that lead to, the understanding of certain aspects of the passages above, and it makes connections to previous chapters in the book, or previous books of the Bible, and how they are interconnected, and that's super important to me. So I just encourage that, and if that's ever a conversation that anyone else wants to have, I'm having that currently with my sister, because I've really been diving deep into my biblical studies, and it's just making me more calm, making me more peaceful, because I know that I'm getting that closer relationship with Jesus. I encourage you guys to do that, and I enjoy being able to do that with anybody, because iron sharpens iron, and so I just like doing that with anybody. So if anyone wants to reach out to me, questions, I don't have all the answers, but I know someone that does. So that's where I'm going to be looking. But here we go. Proverbs chapter 22. Choose a good reputation over great riches. Being held in high esteem is better than silver or gold. The rich and poor have this in common: the Lord made them both. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. True humility and fear of the Lord lead to riches, honor, and long life. Corrupt people walk a thorny, treacherous road. Whoever values life will avoid it. Direct your children onto the right path, and when they are older, they will not leave it. Just as the rich rule the poor, so the borrower is servant to the lender. Those who plant injustice will harvest disaster, and their reign of terror will come to an end. Blessed are those who are generous, because they feed the poor. Throw out the mocker, and fighting goes, too. Let me start all over. Throw out the mocker, and fighting goes too. Quarrels and insults will disappear. Whoever loves a pure heart and gracious speech will have the king as a friend. The Lord preserves those with knowledge, but he ruins the plans of the treacherous. The lazy person claims, "There's a lion out there. If I go outside, I might be killed." The mouth of an immoral woman is a dangerous trap. Those who make the Lord angry will fall into it. A youngster's heart is filled with foolishness, but physical discipline will drive it far away. A person who gets ahead by oppressing the poor, or by showering gifts on the rich, will end in poverty. Now this is sayings of the wise. There's a little bit of it highlighted this area for me. Listen to the words of the wise. Apply your heart to my instruction. For it is good to keep these sayings in your heart and always ready on your lips. I am teaching you today, yes, you, so you will trust in the Lord. I have written 30 sayings for you, filled with advice and knowledge. In this way you may know the truth and take an accurate report to those who sent you. Don't rob the poor just because you can, or exploit the needy in court. For the Lord is their defender. He will ruin anyone who ruins them. Don't befriend angry people or associate with hot-tempered people, or you will learn to be like them and endanger your soul. Don't agree to guarantee another person's debt, or put up security for someone else. If you can't pay it, even your bed will be snatched from under you. So I like that. That's like the maybe the fourth or fifth time that we've heard that specific one about being indebted and even covering for someone else's debt. So I like that a lot. That it's going to continue to reinforce what it prioritizes. Don't cheat your neighbor by moving the ancient boundary markers set up by previous generations. Okay, so with land and that, I like that. Do you see any truly competent workers? They will serve kings rather than working for ordinary people. Hmm. That is the last one, and I imagine the next, I think that was only 3 or 4, but I should be expecting 30 important sayings that are sayings of the wise. I like to, not that I consider myself that, but I would like to be able to eventually consider myself among the wise. And so just continuing to adhere to the positive message and the growth mindset that Proverbs encourages. So that's Proverbs 22, guys. A lot of fantastic stuff. How you should treat people, how you should work, how you should avoid laziness, how you should avoid anger and hot-tempered people. I do keep the company of some hot-tempered people, and so I've mentioned that before. I say I'm very much a calm and relaxed person, but I do keep in my company some people that are a little quicker to anger than I am, and so I'll do good to share this verse with them and continue to love them through it, because I know that that's tough. Just so many fantastic things, guys. I mean, if you could just remember, if you could take to memory one book in its entirety, word for word, and be able to apply it, there's so much in here that would just simply save your soul that it would be hard to pick one specifically. But just for wisdom's sake, Proverbs is such a fantastic book. I love it. That's Proverbs 22, guys. I'll be looking to share some more tomorrow, Proverbs 23, and looking to just shed some light on some more wisdom that'll bless us all. Have a great night. I love you. Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later.